Hey, and welcome to the Campfire. Today is going to be another day for some Japanese studying. Now, I have been figuring out a way to how to start incorporating Spanish into my schedule. The easy solution would just to be on top of myself, like a normal human being. But I have a lot of issues with myself. So I am unable to do that, and I need to pace myself accordingly and do what works for me. And it's even more difficult too because I'm gonna be going back to school soon. Because my company is offering a partner program that lets me go to school. So I'm taking it. I do want to learn Spanish just for quality of life improvements. But I need to figure out what I need to do for that. No. Hopping in right as I start stream. Nice. Welcome in. Welcome in. I always appreciate the support. How are you today? Yeah. Fast reaction speed, quick shot. Oh yeah, we love quick shots out here. It makes getting to the next round way better and easier. Let's recap this level with a reward at the end. Yeah, why not? Kyoto ni sundeimasu. I live in Kyoto. Jamming hard, it hurt, hard or explode. Is it too much tea? Do you have too much caffeine in your system? Watashi. I do need to start getting into teas. Instant coffee on Saturday? Oh, I understand. I stopped having instant coffee because it made me feel like I was gonna have a heart attack. Well, that, and when I was managing a cafe in my downtown area, it was like a super high-end cafe. So like I tasted perfect coffee. And now I just can't stand instant coffee anymore. Like every morning I had the perfect coffee. And now I just can't go back. Turns out you had withdrawals afterwards. Oh. Withdrawals from the caffeine? Or withdrawals from the instant coffee? Well, I mean, technically that would be the same thing. Understandable. When I drink caffeine, it makes me want to go to sleep. Tension migraine. Those suck a lot. Watashi mo Kyoto shushin desu. I'm also from Kyoto. Turns out it's just caffeine withdrawals. That actually really sucks. Do a lot of the teas you consume have caffeine in them? I know a lot of the teas I like drinking aren't caffeinated. Hello Plasma, welcome in. We're talking about our addictions. Some do, some don't. I grew up with a bunch of non-caffeinated teas, so it kind of just stuck. And like I kind of like black tea, but like not that much. I really want to get into like high quality Earl Greys because it calms anxiety. Getting back into herbal stuff because of this. Yeah, herbal teas are very nice. I'm a big fan of herbal teas. It's definitely my preference when it comes to teas. Well, I guess like really high-end teas from China, like the dry stuff that don't come in bags that you just scoop out into little teapots or kettles and stuff. Really like those teas too. But I mean, you have to import those or just find a really high class like Asian market. I wish I could make a tea. Yeah, I'd like to get into tea cakes and stuff. Yeah, I love tea cakes and like tea tiramisus and stuff. Hana-san, Canada wa dou desu ka? Anna, how's Canada? No, not that kind of cake. for tea cake. It's compressed and dried tea leaves. Compressed into a disc. Compressed into a disc. So is it just like highly concentrated thing that you just brew? とっても。
とても。はい、日本に住んでいます。
はい、日本に住んでいます。Yes. I live in Japan. This is my first time hearing about it actually. Very interesting. Teas was a genre in the food industry I never really got into, because when I was working in the food industry as like a sushi chef, it was mostly at like super like rowdy bars with like really successful like alcohol beverages and stuff. So like I got really into alcohol and really into coffee because I worked at a cafe. Didn't serve too many teas, but it did have a small selection of like home brews that the family would like craft at home and they just sell on the menu there. And I've always wanted to get into teas because of that job. Like I would learn all the coffees because like I was addicted to coffee, and then they're like, okay, well now that you know all the coffees, we're gonna teach you how to serve the teas. And then I learned the teas, and it was all really basic stuff, but like it was so interesting because, you know, there's so many intricacies to like controlling the water temperatures, perfecting the brewing time and steeping and stuff, and like even mixing the blends, because like we would have to put them in little tea bags at like very certain ratios and stuff. And like one of my favorite things to do actually is buy a bunch of different perfumes and colognes and like mix it. A lot of it is exposure. I love mixing stuff. Another thing I love mixing is soy sauces. I love mixing different brands of soy sauces together. My head chef, when I was working at a fine dining sushi establishment in my downtown area, he had this really good soy sauce braised mix that I'm addicted to, and I feel like I can recreate. It's so hard to find different soy sauces where I live. I mean, true, you would have to pay a bunch of money to get it shipped. What you can do is look for restaurant wholesales. They will sell you like gallons, and it will last you forever. And it's also discounted. But I mean, you're still paying a lot because it's a gallon. Even then, yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, if you have literally any like Asian restaurant in the area, you can ask them where, like, for their supplier and stuff. See if they'll give it to you. And a lot of the time, whenever the trucks come for restaurants, they'll bring like new flyers and stuff. For my restaurant, we always threw away those flyers, but like I'm pretty sure some people will keep around those flyers that you might be able to ask for. And it would be like an ingredient or like an item list that the wholesaler can sell to you and like deliver to you. Shizuka desu. It's cool. I've been looking at those super thin maple sweet soy sauces and I cannot for the life of me remember when and where I had it. Now, super thin soy sauces are super interesting to me because I'm so used to thicker soy sauces, because like a lot of the soy sauce recipes I know involve like slow braising it so it thickens up and then like adding additional stuff into it too. I don't remember when the last time I actually had a light soy sauce was. Nakayama-san, yokoso. Welcome, Nakayama. Miss Nakayama. Yokoso.
アメリカに住んでいます。
I live in America. I've been really struggling with Japanese lately, so even though I normally only do one Duolingo lesson a day, I'm gonna do one hiragana and one katakana just to be on top of myself. Because last time I did a katakana lesson, I got like everything wrong, and I forgot how to read. Then again, my brain just doesn't comprehend Japanese sometimes. Like, I know the characters, but there'll be some days where I'm just looking at the screen and I'm like, what does this even say? You got this? Thank you, thank you.
ぐっすり
Someone supporting me feels good, man. What is this? Chicken? Chicken. Oh, chicken. Oh, right. That's a U.
あ
Chicken. Am I open to alternative learning methods? Yes, I am. I'm just doing this because it's simple and it's fast. And it's like already structured for me. And I'm bad at creating my own structure because I have crippling ADHD and yeah. So like Duolingo and Busuu, it's already like structured lesson planning and stuff. There's like this website that I really want to use. It literally has everything. Grammar guides, writing systems, essential grammar. The only issue is that you know how you personally learn. I don't. I was really, really bad at school. And I was the type of person where it's like, I kind of just showed up to class only for testing. And I would pass the test because I have really good test taking skills, which translated really well in school. Like, I'm really bad at learning, but I'm really good at quizzing and testing. So when it comes to self-teaching, I'm really bad. But when it comes to passing, I'm really good. But I mean, that's what happens in public school system, right? Like, they don't facilitate learning. They facilitate passing. And that's the only thing that matters. And I'm a slow learner. Like, I'm genuinely slow in the head. Like, I'm a slow person. So like I fell behind in school a lot, which is why like I never did homework or like I never showed up to class because like it didn't mean anything to me. Because like I'd look at it and like I'd be slower than everyone else. So I literally would only show up for tests. Autism, do you find yourself stimulated when you explain things in depth? Yes. I like need to get into the intricacies of everything. If I'm not getting into the intricacies, then I'm not learning it. That's something that actually got in the way of my gaming career when I was competing a lot with my team. Like, if I don't understand something down to the T, I'm not going to do well. And like that would like affect my team's overall performance every time because like I'm slower and learning the intricacies makes you slower. So like I was heavily stunting my competitive team. Can I introduce you for a learning thing? Yes, please do. Any help is appreciated. Jinja. I am planning on also picking up Spanish eventually just for my quality of life and communication with those around me as well. But that'll be at a later time on a more lenient pacing. I kind of want to like haul ass with Japanese because like I genuinely want to try to make a career out of this. Jinja.
神社
Even if not a career, at least like some sort of side hustle. Because like I am interested in Japanese as a hobby, but like it needs to translate, right? Because like I'm using a lot of time on it. And I mean, given things in my current life, I kind of... I need to like haul ass. And I know I tell myself a lot of the time it's like, technically you can never really be behind in life because everyone moves through life at their own pace. But I have a comparison problem. Like I'm always looking at the people around me. And I recently had like a massive setback. Japanese, Chinese, Korean is pictographic. Yeah, when I was first learning, in my first few episodes of my Japanese studying, whenever I got something wrong, like I would talk to myself like, okay, well, what's an easy way to remember this being this? And it really helped me get through the early parts of hiragana. It was a little difficult for katakana, and definitely kanji. I'm still struggling a lot with kanji because there's no like easy association with picture to sound. With like hiragana, it was kind of like easy, like ta and stuff, e. There's a lot of tells and stuff.
4円
That makes it easier. Like the yo symbol looks like yo. Y-O. It's learning how to skim read in languages. especially in your native language, and finding out what works for your eye recognition is super helpful. Yeah, so when I'm reading in English, this might be because of my dyslexia, to be honest. I don't know if it's a personal preference of how I read and comprehend things. It genuinely might be my dyslexia. But I'll look at the first letter, the middle letter, and the end letter, and then fill in the gaps. And that's how I read fast. And that's how that's when my dyslexia kicks in. And I'll misread words constantly. To you explaining how you learn multifaceted with oral, vocal, and visual, it's actually really good for this thing. Yeah, this is the thing, use that. Understandable.
援助
Like,
男女
I understand what helps me, and I understand what works for me, but I have a hard time facilitating my own railings. And if I don't have proper railings that are set up for me, I'm going to go off the railings. And it's very consistent that happens every time. So, which is why like I tend to lean on stuff like Duolingo and Boost and stuff. Like this is a goldmine, for sure. All of this, so much information, structured, well-written, notes, color coding, everything. But I can't, sadly. Not yet. Not yet anyway. Soon. TM.
単純
Tanjun. For me, I find myself being incredibly frustrated by the majority of learning resources because it's a shitty input dump with little coherence. Yeah! So, the reason why one of my majors and hobbies that I want to get into and have a corporate career in is UX UI is because of stuff like that, where it's like the user experience in literally anything, everywhere, is so average or below average that it's normal for us to put up with really bad user experiences. And it translates into everything. That's just not UI. Like this, me getting into UX, user experience as a major, will like affect everything I do. So like, I'm really frustrated with a lot of really bad user experiences. Like I was playing Uma Musume earlier with a friend, and I was complaining about a lot of the user experience issues I had with the game. Yeah. Gucci. Yeah.
性
Every day we put up with bad design, and it's the norm. That's why I feel like if I were to get into UX UI industry and I genuinely grind it out, like I could be successful in it. Which is why I don't play things. Yeah, there's a lot of games I avoid just because the user experience is just awful. As much as I'm like actually liking the IP, like sometimes playing the game itself is just really annoying. There's a lot of games I've dropped because of user experience alone. Like it just feels bad to play a lot. Junbi Shibira Juzu. Like there are some games where the intentional design is to be heavily against a player, and I don't mind that because it's a design choice and it's artistical. But there are times where it's like it's, you know, just unintentional because, yeah, now those are frustrating. Yeah. Yo. Test.
D
But all things considered, I think I'm on like my 3rd month of Japanese now, and I've gotten pretty literate. I just really struggle to read a lot of like proper Japanese because I use a lot of kanji in everyday like Japanese. 3 months? Yes, 3 months. Technically longer because I was studying Japanese a little bit a couple years ago, but I was only on hiragana. Like I didn't even make it to katakana. So a little over 3 months, technically. Cake.
ケーキ
Yeah, kanji really is everywhere. Like, I'll be reading it and like I can recognize most of the words just by filling in the blank. But like I actually can't read any of the kanji. Gotta get to that grind. I had to learn a little body anatomy with kanji and I wanted to scream. That sounds awful. I sucked at anatomy in English. I cannot learn, or I cannot imagine learning anatomy in a different language. I barely passed my anatomy class in college.
ヒュッて
What sound does this make? Patera. Cookie.
クッキー
Category.
カテゴリー
Group.
グループ
Naka.
ハッカー
Sausage.
リー
I also want to learn coding because if I'm getting into UX UI, I also need to learn how to code. So eventually I'm going to start doing coding videos as well. I need to plan out how exactly I want to do my content because right now I'm doing Japanese every day, but I want to pick up Spanish and I want to pick up coding. So what I was thinking is doing Spanish and Japanese in the same day or alternate, one day Japanese, one day Spanish for Monday through Friday, and then on Saturday and Sunday probably do like a 30-minute coding session. But I'm still kind of working out the kinks and scheduling for that because especially with school starting up for me in sometime next year, I really need to pace myself properly and not overwork myself. Because I threw up at work today. Not because of like an illness or anything, but genuinely just because my body is so overworked that I just had to vomit out the stress. Yeah, like I got into work and I started working and like I was talking to customers and stuff and all of a sudden like I got really nauseated and like my stomach just really started churning. And I had to excuse myself from the customer. I went into the bathroom and it just like projectile vomited into the toilet. It was really bad. It wasn't like chunky or anything because I didn't really eat, but it was like watery and mucusy. I'm okay though, but it was rough that morning or this morning. And it's really frustrating for me too, because what I'm doing day to day isn't even a lot, right? Like I'm just working at McDonald's, and that's one of the easiest jobs I've ever worked in my life. And I'm only studying Japanese at home, and like just playing games and making videos on downtime. Like I genuinely am not doing a lot, but like my physical situation is so poor that like I'm just struggling to keep up with my life. And that's why like I get so frustrated with myself. It's like I could be doing more because I feel like this isn't enough. But that's really toxic to myself because I'm pushing myself too hard when I really shouldn't be. But it's annoying because I know what I was capable of before. Like I was able to work 80 hours a week. I was able to stay up all night and grind out videos and stream after work and stuff. And that was around the time I really got to know Alice. When I was working my chef job, working like 75 plus hours a week, coming home and then streaming Dragon Ball Fighters. And that was fun as fuck. Who is it? Yeah man, when you own a restaurant it becomes your life. Anything that goes wrong with it, it's all on you. It's really annoying. I wouldn't want to own a restaurant again unless my life partner was running it with me. And like it was our life together. That'd be nice. One of my dreams was to own a cafe with my partner. But it's hard to find someone like that. チでトッピング。おー、ピング。トッピング。ちょっぴり、坂。ソーセージ。Using I adjectives, prices, climates. Match the words with their opposites. 悪い。古い? No. Now this is where I'm gonna struggle. My brain is starting to brick. And I know this information. But I cannot answer it right now. This is like the exact moment where, like, if this was school, I'd fail the class. Like I know these. I know the characters. But why am I unable to read it? I'm literally staring at it. Me. Ikai. Nagai. Nagai. What is Nagai? My vocab is so lacking. I. Warui. I. Nagai. Oh, okay. That was just a complete guess.
この漫画は面白くないです。
この漫画
この漫画は面白くないです。
面白くない。くない。Here's a list of the new adjectives we'll learn in this lesson. Some exercises will follow. Yasui, cheap, takai, expensive, atsui, samui. Hearing all this is weird and wild to me. How so?
安い
Is it the voice actor or like the robot? Yasui.
安いこのお菓子は安いです。
Yasui. So modern slapped so hard I actually slur. Understandable.
高い
Takai.
この車は高いです。
この車は高いです。
暑い
暑い。
暑い寒い
寒い. Like, I should really be paying attention to this kanji here. But like, I kind of just glance over it, look at it, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this information? Because like, I have no way to like register it in my head. Because like, I'm not really taking notes. I'm kind of just
寒い
staring at
で
it.
す。
Samui. Match the words with their opposites. Let's see. Samui.
ポーランドは今寒いです。ベトナムは今暑いです。
Vietnam do be hot. Last time I went, it was so hot that I just got a nosebleed just being outside. It was rough.
ポーランドは今寒いです。
Samui.
ベトナムは今暑いです。
Let's see.
うどんは安いです。そばは高いです。
Yasui. Takai. Like, my mom keeps pestering me to go back so that we can see family again because they really miss me. But I genuinely cannot stand that heat. Like, it kills me.
何が安いですか？
Yasui.
この時計は高いです。その時計は安いです。
Yeah, it's so awful inside Saigon. Like, I genuinely never wanted to leave the house because there was AC. And the only time I was okay with going outside was at night during the nightlife because their nightlife is sick.
この時計
And also the sun
は
is down.
高いです。その時計は安いです。
Okay, watch closer to the speaker's expensive.
この時計は 高いです。
Takai.
暑いです。水を飲みましょう。
Sui desu. Nomi?
暑いです。水を飲みましょう。
Misu. Nomi. Oh? Masho. Oh. Got it backwards. My grammar. Negative form. Takai. Takakunai. These are I adjectives, so it's kunai, right? Atsui. Atsukunai. Samui. Samukunai. Yes, I adjectives get kunai.
これは高い自転車ですか？これは高い自転車ですか？
Takai.
いいえ、あまり高くないです。
You missed it, Muddy.
いいえ、あまり高くないです。
I can't hear it.
あまり高くないです。
Okay. Can I interject about that kunai thing? Yes. Please do. I always appreciate being taught.
けいこさんの国は今暑いですか？
いいえ、暑くないです。寒いです。
Samui. So you know how with I adjectives? Complete the sentence. This watch isn't expensive. Let's buy it. Turn it into a ku, and it turns into an adverb. Mm-hmm. Watch. This watch isn't kono. Kono wa as its own is just a negative to be. Good night. So it's an adverb, that verb. Okay. Good night. You don't go samuku aru. Because you'd be silly to break the word structure like that. Yeah, it doesn't sound right. So all kunai is just adverbs of to be. Okay. Honestly, one of my weakest, whenever it comes to any language in particular, I always struggle the most with grammar, and adjectives follow the same concept. Yeah, like grammar rules. When I was in middle school, I failed my language arts classes so often because I just can't grasp grammar properly. They go tonight. Yeah, it hurts when you can't get the basics. Yeah, it's like the foundation of language too, which makes it really difficult for me. The watch isn't expensive. This. Right? No. There you go, it's all silly shenanigans. You will now forever see them as adverbs. Okay. Now, I need to turn my brain on. Why am I not able to read this? Konoto ke toke takunai desu. Right. Oh, wait, I got that all wrong. XD. Okay, I see. I understand. Okay.
暑いです。水を飲みましょう。
暑いです。飲み、
暑いです。水を飲みましょう。
水を飲みましょう。はい。It was here, right? Yes. No. Yes. No. Yeah. There we go. I tend to do that to myself a lot. It's like I'll know the answer and I'll see it, and then I get to the question again and I'll immediately forget what I was just staring at. It's my short-term memory loss. It's like when I'm reading a book too. I'll read the paragraph, get to the end of the paragraph, immediately forget what I just read, and have to reread it again. True. But yeah, like eventually I want to be able to do both Duolingo Busuu and then be able to like self-incorporate a structured study using this website. But I feel like until I get to the point where I'm like fully able to like read Japanese properly, like effortlessly, is when I should start tackling this, because then I don't have to worry about learning the characters and the language, and I could fully focus on the grammar and structuring. Takes me a solid minute of it to get my brain to reading gear. Yeah, like, there are so many times where I'm just on Busuu, and I'll get to a question, and I'll just read the entire thing. Well, not even reading, I'll just be staring at the screen, and I'll just be like, I know these characters. But there is no reading happening. Yeah, grammar and structure is important. Very, very important. But yeah, that's pretty much it to studying for today with Japanese. I really want to try to work out a proper schedule to start incorporating Spanish. Start incorporating Spanish into my life. Because the area I'm in is very Hispanic heavy. Alright everyone, it's time to put the fire out. Once again, I'd like to thank you for joining me by the campfire. If you didn't know already, I stream a variety of games live on Twitch at twitch.tv/RavuNA, ranging from gacha games, MMOs, and more. Feel free to come and join me at those cozy campfires and enjoy the ambiance. And that'll be all for today.